Hey, what's good, everybody? We are back. This is the Fryar Place, where the conversations are fire. You are in for a treat today. I mean, my goodness. I don't think I've ever had anyone on the show that has a story that is equivalent to the one you're going to hear today. It's really, really remarkable. Listen, y'all come on in the room. We're on YouTube this evening. We are also on my Facebook page this evening. We did not go on Instagram because I didn't want to mess this up. I wanted to make sure everything is right today. So y'all come on in the room. Let me know who's watching right now. Let me know who is in the house right now. Say hi, say bye, say whatever. But put your name in the chat so I can shout you out and we can keep things moving today. Listen, my guest today is, man, it's a surprise to me. It really is. When I heard his story, I could not do anything else but try to contact him to get him to be on the show. And I just saw his story this past Monday, and I've been scrambling, and he's been scrambling, trying to get on the show today. And we did work it out somehow, some way. He is in the waiting room. He's in the green room, I guess you can say. But there's something that I want to show you, and I'm trying to wait till I see some of you in the chat right now. And I know it takes a second when you type something in. It takes a moment or two for me to see it actually here live. So what we're going to do first, this is what we're going to do first. We're going to go to commercial first. Then we're going to come back and we're going to introduce our guest. So everybody hold tight. Watch this. We'll be right back.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Irving Fryar. I am a former NFL wide receiver. I played for the New England Patriots, the Miami Dolphins, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Washington Redskins. I got something for you. Are you ready to transform your fitness routine? I have here introducing the new Unlimited Body Trainer. Say goodbye to your boring workouts and hello to excitement with over 150 exercises designed to strengthen your abs and your total body. Whether you're a beginner or an athlete like me, our brand new handmade grips ensure every session is comfortable and effective. Proudly made in the United States of America, this powerhouse holds up to 300 pounds. You can't get to the gym? No problem. With our Fit in 15 key sessions, you can achieve a full body workout in just 15 minutes. Experience resistance training, metabolic training, core workouts, and band training, all from the comfort of your own space. But that's not all. Our special elite gear package includes foot sliders, resistance bands, gloves, and a convenient carrying bag. Plus, don't miss out on our exclusive supplements and apparel available on our website. Lose up to 25 pounds in just 2 months. It's time to seize the moment. For men and women, for athletes and fitness enthusiasts, the Unlimited Body Trainer is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Make the change today. To make everything easier, download the app today and unleash your potential with the Unlimited Body Trainer.
All right, we're back. We paid the bills. We can get down to business now. I want you to watch this video. This will explain what it is we're going to talk about, who it is we're going to talk with and talk about tonight here at the Fryar Place. This is awesome. Y'all, check this out.
Martin Luther King once said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." Before 22-year-old Jordan Thomas ever encountered the challenges that now define him, his values and attitude began to take shape with his father on a Tennessee golf course.
I do remember the first time giving him the club and his eyes lit up and he was just so enthusiastic about playing, and gosh, first swing he advanced the ball.
That's pretty good.
It was impressive.
Immediately, I fell in love with the game, and I spent from about when I really started playing, I was out here from literally 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single day in the summer. Just played all the time, loved it.
So he's got the bug. He loves golf. He doesn't, I don't think, like the competition as much as he just loves the game of golf and the camaraderie and the friendships, and it's been a wonderful way for him to become a man.
He was really an extraordinary golfer at a young age.
I played in about 9 golf tournaments from 12 to 14. I didn't lose a single one of them. I think I had the ability to play, and I had sort of the idea that I wanted to play in college, but my accident happened at a pretty inopportune time as far as golf goes.
On August 16, 2005, Jordan's promise on the golf course, as well as his dreams and goals off of it, were suddenly put in jeopardy 5 miles off the coast of Florida.
My family and I went on vacation down in the Florida Keys.
It was a great day. We decided that we'd go scuba diving, and Jordan and my husband, we were the only 3 on the boat.
It was a breezy day. There was a pretty good bit of chop. Wonderful day to go out and fish and dive. And
The waves were pretty high, very windy, and I remember we finally got out there. I'm extremely impatient, so I was the first one geared up and ready to go. I dove in, and somehow, some way, I got pushed behind the boat, close to the boat, and unfortunately, the propeller hit me. I knew what had happened immediately. I felt a sharp pain. I looked down, my fins were gone, all I saw was blood, and I knew that something was really, really wrong and that I had to get out of there.
when I swam to him, he said, "Dad, I can't feel my feet."
And I said, "Dad, my feet are gone. We have to go."
I remember then flipping back into the dad mode and going, oh my God, and just really flipping out. I mean, really just anxious for his survival at that point in time because he was bleeding profusely. I recall just the terror I felt as a dad that I might lose him out there on that boat that day. And what had started out as a wonderful family outing, getting together and having fun, had in the blink of an instant turned into an absolutely tragic situation.
Listen, everybody, I want to introduce to you all and bring him on the show. Mr. Jordan Thomas is in the house. We got a bunch of folk. That's that's me. That's not them. But listen, man, you deserve a hand clap. Just so everybody knows, I've seen you do a lot of content, or you've done some content with my son, Irving Fryar Jr. I don't know if you're in Tennessee when you're doing that or if you're in Kentucky. You both play golf, and I've seen you do content with him, and the both of you seem to vibe very well. And you're very both competitive with one another, and your stuff, you guys do well together. It's very entertaining. But then I saw this week on Instagram some of your story. I had no idea. I did know that obviously you had lost your legs somehow, some way. Didn't know if you were born that way. Didn't know if you were in the military and lost your legs. I knew that you had, you didn't have your real legs, but you out there playing golf and kicking butt. Yeah. But then when I heard your story, man, it's just amazing. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me, man. So welcome to the show. I want to introduce you to everyone, and we're going to talk about your story. When I look at that video, when you look at that video, that's on your website. You have a big foundation. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But when you look at that story and you see that, I mean, when you think about what happened, losing your legs on a boating outing with your parents, and all that went down that day. I mean, aside from the fact you lost your legs, what when you think about that, what comes to memory for you?
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me. What a blessing to be here with you. I adore your son, and so I'm grateful to be here and have the opportunity. It's for me, it's been it's been over 20 years now since that day, and watching that video, I can still remember it as clear as yesterday. And
Wow.
for me, it's a mixture of a lot of feelings, right? There's obviously a tremendous amount of sadness and pain to think back about what that younger version of me went through, and what my family, what my parents went through, what my brothers went through. But then I look at it in retrospect and I look at how far I've come and what we've been able to do with the foundation and what I've been able to accomplish in my lifetime that I otherwise would never have had the opportunity to do. Um, I think for me, I still even pose the question of like, if I could go back, would I change it? And today, it is 1,000%. I absolutely wouldn't change it in an instant.
Wow. You wouldn't change. I tried to put I really did. I tried to put myself in that position, where I was mentally and psychologically and emotionally at the age of 16. And if something like that happened to me, I had a future, in sports. I really didn't want to play sports, but I was an athletic young man and could do just about anything with a ball. And if I lost both my legs at that time, really, I don't know if I would even be alive today. I don't know what I would be doing. Where did at that age, where did you get the ability, the mental stability, the emotional stability to be able to, just not lose it and come up with, you came up with your foundation at that time, but just to be able to hang in there and to begin that journey to recovery. Where did that toughness and that focus and that stability come from?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And I think for me, when I look back at it, the number one thing was I had a community of people that loved me and supported me, and they surrounded me and loved me.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a place of privilege. I knew that financially I would have access to the prosthetics that I needed to get back to doing the things that I love. And I think maybe not the most important part, but what the big thing is that it revealed that part of me that hadn't shown yet in my life. I think it is that thing like Dr. King says when the start of that clip you showed. It's like the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in moments of controversy and discomfort, right? Like I didn't realize I hadn't been confronted with a lot of reality in my life up to that point. But I found a part within myself that I was completely unaware of. And then finally, I found ultimately a loving God that cared for me and protected me and guided me through it and protected me and kept me alive.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
3 amens. So what's your message to someone who's in that, maybe not obviously going through the same thing or dealing with the same thing you had to deal with at the age of 16, but like you said, there was a reality that you weren't aware of. And there's a lot of people who aren't facing reality until they're actually smacked with reality. And now they have to deal with the reality of life, whether it's a loss of limbs like you, whether it's a loss of a family member, whether it's, whether it's some other kind of tragedy in their life. What's your message to someone like that, particularly a teenager at the age of 16?
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing. I'm so often confronted with people coming up to me and they feel sorry for me in some ways, and I'm going like, "What?"
Well, first
Because
of
here's
all,
the
I
thing
don't
is,
feel sorry for you because you're a
yeah,
better golfer than me. So there's no way in the world I'm feeling sorry. You're not getting sorry out of me, not at any time. Shoot. You're a better golfer than me. What?
like the thing I always say is that like we've all lost our legs one way or another. I don't know that I know some of your story, but like hardship and grief and trauma is part of the human lived experience. And
Yes.
it's in experiencing the fullness of it. When we've experienced the depths of lows, we get to experience the highs, right? And so for me, I still think that I have an understanding in real time of what's good for me and what's bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think, oh, this guy cut me off. That must be terrible. That could have been the very thing that saved my life. Because I'll tell you this, losing my legs is what gave me a sense of purpose, gratitude, and perspective in my life. I don't wake up a day of my life and put my legs on not knowing why I'm meant to put my legs on. So, from the
Wow.
greatest tragedy in my life that derailed my plan for my life, which was to play college golf and professional golf, shifted me in a way where I'm fully aligned with my purpose. I'm fully aligned with being of service to people while I'm on this planet,
Mm-hmm.
people that are disadvantaged and marginalized and consistently taken advantage of. And I wake up every day in my life going to battle for those people. And I don't have bad days really.
Wow. Yeah.
You know?
That's a word right there, boy. I think I'm gonna put that in a sermon. We all need to wake up in the morning and put our legs on.
Oh.
Ooh, I like that.
And all of it too. You just see my legs
Right.
My legs are just right here, right? You just see my legs. I don't see your
Wait a minute. Wait.
prosthesis, but
Don't
I
do that
can.
again. Wait. I can't do that with my legs. Wait, I can't get my legs up there.
But you know what I mean? Like, that's the
He
thing.
just
It's
popped
like
it.
people.
Wait. He just popped his leg off here. You see my leg?
I'm so flexible. No, I just pop that thing off real
He
quick.
said I'm so flexible. That's why you can get your hips going before your shoulders when you're in that golf swing. That's not fair.
That's it, man. But that's it. It's like, so many people go their entire lives trying to find what they're meant to do and what their purpose is. And for me, I was given that when I was 16. Now it cost me a whole lot, but I got that, and I'd much rather have that than the life that I was on, probably on the trajectory to live.
Yeah, not to suffer loss and not know who you are, what your purpose is. That's worse than actually suffering. But when we suffer loss, like you said, some of my story, and I've heard you say this. I'm watching some of your interviews. Though it had been a tragic incident, you losing your legs, you feel as though it was the best thing that ever happened to you, and that's the same for me. The tragedy and the hardships that I've had in not recent years, about 10 years ago. It's worse. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. It's the worst thing that ever happened to me, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me because I found who I was and what my purpose is. Although it took me until I was 53 years old, which is, I guess, better than later. But man, as long as we get to that point, then that makes life worth living.
And unfortunately, it's only in adversity that we often find it.
That's right.
If me and you are kicking it, drinking martinis and eating bonbons on the beach in Cabo, we're not finding what our purpose is and what we're made of and what we're meant to do. It's
Nope.
through the hardship, and you've had plenty of it. And so have I. And so have a vast majority of your listeners right now.
Yeah, and it's what we need to help us get grounded, stay grounded, and get focused. So take us, I should say. Listen, my mom is watching, Christopher Cunningham's watching, Sharon Carolina, Hope Wiley, who's my sister, Rick Payton is watching, Christopher Cunningham, Pastor Taylor, James Hicks is in the house. What's up, Mr. Hicks? Is in the house. We got a bunch of folk watching right now. Listen, talk about your journey. We're going to get to your foundation and all because that's very, very important. We're going to focus on that and make sure everybody gets the information that they need about your foundation, just in case anybody wants to contribute or to help out. But I want you to talk about, because I think this is important, because when I look back on my journey from the tragedy to where I am now, there was a part in that journey, particularly the first part of the journey, where I wasn't all right. I was not all right emotionally. I was not all right psychologically. I was in a dark place. I had a long way to go. And it took me some years to actually tighten up my bootstraps and get myself going. And obviously it took some people around me who were cheering me on and supporting me and encouraging me. But talk about the journey from the time, you got in the hospital and, your legs are gone, you're 16 years old, until the time you actually bounce back. And now you're out of the hospital and you're on your feet, you got your new legs and you're moving forward. You got purpose, you're cleared in terms of what it is you want to do. But there's a space in there that had to have been rough.
Yeah. No, for sure. And mine, the thing with my story is that and is often the case with trauma and grief, is that it's very nonlinear. So for me, while I'm recovering in the hospital, I was pretty high spirits and there was a lot of anger, but there was this part of me that was like, I am willing to do whatever it takes to get back to doing the things that I love to do. And so I was really determined. And again, I had that community of love and support around me that I felt really clearly. Obviously, I started my foundation in the hospital. We'll get into that. But for me, the hardship and the real psychological challenge, which was more life-threatening to me than the loss of my legs, my mental invisible scars almost killed me faster
Yeah.
than getting hit by a boat propeller.
Yeah.
Because I grew up I imagine you did too in a lot of ways, that emotional vulnerability is not safe. You cannot be vulnerable. You cannot feel fear. You can't feel guilt. You can't feel none of those things. We
Hmm.
don't talk about. And so for me, I didn't for a while, and then it caught up to me. And then that's when the real psychological work started, because it got really dark for me. And a lot of people don't know that about my story, but it got really, really dark. Um, and then ultimately to get out of that, man, I had to ask for help. And that's ultimately, I think, where it comes down to, is having the courage to say, what I'm doing right now ain't working and I need another way. And I don't know what that way is, but can you help me to find it? And
Hmm.
then at the end of the day, there were people that said, yeah, we need to help you. We're willing to help you.
And there were you had therapists. I mean, obviously you had physical therapists, but you had a
Yeah.
psychological, emotional therapist.
Oh yeah, big time. And for me, I turned to alcohol. Alcohol was a really effective way to numb that
Hmm.
pain that I couldn't deal with.
Hmm.
And so for me, that's been a big part of my story. For the last 10 years, I've been sober. But that was a big part of my life. That's when I say it wasn't working. Like, it worked for a little while until it stopped working and things got really, really dark.
Right,
Like,
right.
real dark.
Well, that's why I asked the question, because it's incredible to me. It's amazing to me that at the age of 16, and you're playing golf, you're doing well, and you have dreams of playing professional golf. You're that dude. Your father said it
Mhm,
in the video that the first time you addressed the ball, you advanced the ball. Not me.
mhm.
Not when I first addressed a golf ball. And most people don't. The first time they address a golf ball, they don't advance the ball, they miss it. And the first
Yeah.
time you addressed it at 16, you advanced it, which, it's incredible. Your story is incredible. The resilience that you were able to have and maintain at that age after losing both of your legs. But like you said, there's an honesty about it, because there's a hard part about it, the psychological, the emotional part about it, trying to get through that and overcome that. That takes, obviously, like you said, a support system, and it takes
Mm.
you being willing to be supported by that support system.
And that's it. I mean, I was blessed to have the people around me, but it takes a lot of courage to say I need help and I don't know how to do this thing, because I grew up thinking that if it wasn't getting done, it's because I wasn't doing it hard enough. Like, as an athlete, right? We're like
Right.
conditioned to think, like, if my 40 times not fast enough, it's because I'm not training hard enough and I'm not running fast enough. It's like sometimes you got to stop and say, like, hey, I need help. I can't do this on my own. And I was really blessed to have had that community around me then, and I'm blessed to have the community I've got around me today. I mean, that's it. It's like, I always go back to if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I
Wow.
would much rather
Yeah.
go together and go far than go fast alone.
Yeah. Yeah. So listen, for anybody who's watching now or who will be watching this at some point later on, you heard it straight from Jordan Thomas, a man he's been through it. He's had a big test in his life, no test, no testimony, but he's got a great testimony. But in the interim of going from the test to his testimony, he needed help. All of us need help. That's why God said in his word, it's not good for man to be alone. Now, we want to reference that with a wife, a man with a woman, or a woman with a man, but we need to have friends. We need to have a support system. We need to have people who are moving in the same direction that we are, that care about us, who can help us get to where God wants us to be and fulfill our purpose in life. And without that support system, as Jordan said, he probably may not have made it. But it's because he was willing to admit, yeah, I got a problem. Because he was willing to admit, I need help. And because he actually took that step, which he said, like, that takes courage to take that step to get help. I did the same thing. I was in a dark place several years ago, and I called somebody. I had to talk to a therapist. I was about to go off the deep end. Anger, like you said, anger, and just I was not in a good space. But now, things are better. I'm doing well. God is good. Life is good. And so is the same for you, man. It's just an awesome, awesome story. So tell us about your foundation, the Jordan. We don't want to talk about, your injury and all that kind of stuff, the whole show. But I think people have got the picture. But talk about your foundation, the Jordan Thomas Foundation. You started that foundation while you were in the hospital at the age of 16 years old. That also was incredible.
Oh no, I know. Man, I see these 16-year-old kids now, and I'm like, that is a child right there, dude.
Yeah.
These kids are young, right? And so I started, I was again an able-bodied athlete, and all of a sudden I'm thrown into this new world of prosthetics and limb loss, and not having any real understanding of it, because why would I?
Mm-hmm.
And man, I just started to see these kids that didn't have prosthetics, and I'm like, what's the deal? And I was asking questions, and I came to learn that it's because they just couldn't afford them. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking, what do you mean, like they can't afford them, so they're just not going to walk because they don't have the money to pay for it? And they're like, that's
Wow.
exactly right. And I'm like, that's unacceptable. Like, again, that's me coming from a place of privilege, knowing my stuff would be taken care of. But I started my foundation in the hospital 8 days after my accident.
Really?
And
Wow.
yeah, so I started it early, like real early on, because I just knew that it was my responsibility. And um, we've done it now for 21 years. We support kids until they turn 18 years old. And so if you think about shoes, you think about little Bubba at 6, he's not going to wear the same shoes at 8. And
Right.
so prosthetics are the same. And so kids are outgrowing
Mm-hmm.
their prosthetics, but
Mm-hmm.
it's grown into something significantly bigger. We do mental health support, we do scholarships, we do camps, we do all kinds of things, peer to peer mentorship to support kids and families living with limb loss until they turn 18. And it's now 225 kids in 34 different states. And it's just a blessing, man. It's a blessing. I wake up every day, and that's what I do every
Wow.
day. And that's what I'm
So,
meant to do.
so when you started the foundation, was that so? Was that kind of an entity that caused you to be accountable to in terms of your recovery, in terms of your bounce back? Because I mean, if you're starting this for other young people who have the same challenge you have,
Mhm.
you can't fall by the wayside. I'm just thinking in my head, maybe something you were thinking. You can't fall by the wayside and let them down. If you started this foundation, is that something that kept you encouraged because you had the foundation in place?
Yeah, for sure, and certainly throughout my lifetime since, it's like it is something that is a giant motivating factor for me, because I realize that a lot of these kids do look up to me, and they do draw inspiration from me, and not just these kids, but a much bigger population than ever before. Now that we're starting to get a lot of exposure through media and stuff, but like, yeah, I mean, it was definitely something. And there's just that part of that dog in me that wanted to get back doing what I love to do too, So it
Mm-hmm.
was kind of whatever it is that's motivating you to get it done, like keep doing it because it's working. So yeah, I mean it definitely was a motivating factor for me, no question.
Well, listen, you know Irving Fryer now, and Irving Fryer knows people. We're gonna make sure we do some things to connect with you and your foundation. Particular, don't you have a golf tournament every year?
Yeah, every year. Yes,
Well,
sir.
from now on, Irving Fryer is going to be in that, not Irving Fryer Jr., Irving Fryer Sr. is going to be in that golf tournament. And we're going to make sure we bring you a sponsor every year moving forward. That's my commitment to you. So what is the biggest challenge you have for the foundation? What's the biggest challenge?
It's for me, as a dreamer, as the founder, I'm always have this constant nag of like, I'm not doing enough. So
Okay.
give myself a little grace of saying, I'm running a marathon here. It's not a sprint. What I'm doing is what I'm meant to do. And each day I'm going to make incremental progress. It's a challenge from an awareness standpoint, trying
Hmm.
to share the message. Fundraising is always a challenge in terms of getting in front of the right people that can write some big checks to support the foundation.
Right.
So those are the challenges that we face, but I mean they're luxury problems, really. I mean, the beautiful thing is when I walk into a room with a donor and I say, "Here's the reality. Here's the story. This is what families are confronted with." They all go, "What? Of course I'll support it." And
Right.
so I'm really blessed that what we do seems to really land and resonate with people. And we've had so much support over the last 2 decades.
I think I saw something on your foundation webpage that says that prosthetics are not a luxury.
Mm.
They're a necessity. Didn't it say that?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
That's
And that's the problem is like a lot of what happens is a lot of our kids have insurance, but prosthetic companies or insurance companies will not pay for the prosthetic devices these kids need. And so for me, and here's what they say, oh, that's a luxury item. It's not medically necessary. And
No,
I'm
golf
going,
is a luxury. It's not a necessity.
yeah,
Golf is a luxury, not prosthetics. No, come on,
right,
what?
right,
Insurance
yeah.
companies
And
are a
so
ripoff, man. I just oof.
it's the biggest racket in the history of the United States. I mean, and so that's a big pillar of what I do now is I fight from an advocacy standpoint
Hmm.
that would to try to pass legislation that would require prosthetic insurance companies to cover prosthetic devices, and that's been a journey. But yeah, I mean, the fact that an insurance company can say to a mother, I mean, I've talked to moms that have sold homes, that have liquidated their savings accounts, that haven't taken a vacation in 20 years, all of this stuff to pay for their child's prosthetic. And I think it's outrageous what insurance companies are doing, saying, oh, they're not medically necessary. I can't
It's
think of something more medically necessary than a child running and playing and being a kid.
yeah, it's amazing how these insurance companies get away with whatever they get, everything that they get
Oh,
away with. I can't even
oh,
get into some of that stuff, but they're just, it's, yeah, like you said, it's a big ripoff. They really are. We
yeah,
pay insurance companies money just in case, and
yeah.
when just in case happens, they tighten the reins and find reasons not to give us money to pay for the insurance that we're paying for. It's
But
really bad.
don't you miss that monthly premium payment because we're going
Oh
to cancel you.
yeah, you miss one payment, it's a wrap.
See ya. See ya. But then when you need us, because you've been paying us for the last 15 years and haven't had any medical event, we're gonna find every loophole imaginable to say, we're not on the till for that. You pay for it. You figure it out.
I have a life insurance policy that I've been paying for, and it's just a term policy. I've been paying for it for 25 years. Never missed a payment for 25 years. Don't you know that this insurance company, I'm not going to mention the name, they just sent me a letter saying this coming September when I turn 64, the money that I was paying every year is going to like quadruple. It's going to go from hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars. And
With no
that's
real
ridiculous.
explanation.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous because as we get older, we don't make, for most of us, we don't make more money.
Right. Right.
So you want to
Right.
charge me more money? That's because they want you not be able to handle it, so they can cancel you. Now they got all your money for 25 years.
Right.
It
It's
should be a
criminal.
crime. It's a
It's
crime.
criminal.
Yeah.
And yet we're doing all this stuff and we're going after all these bad guys. It's like these white collar dudes are like ripping the plane off.
And then when they rip people off, they get found guilty and they don't get sent to prison. They just have to take their pension and retire.
Yeah.
These
Pay
with
a
these
little
banks,
fine.
with these banks, they get paid. They got to pay a fine, take your pension, and you got to retire. You don't even go to jail.
You're good.
What?
Good work, Roger.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So you have. We're going to ask you about some of the program. I think you mentioned some of them earlier. Some of the programs that you have in your foundation. You have the ambassador program, the family reunion, the mentor program, and you have scholarships. Talk about those a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's the thing is that what we early on what we focused on was exclusively getting returning kids to function, right? We gave them the prosthetic devices to go and accomplish the things they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But like I've shared about my story is like the invisible wounds, the mental health, all of that stuff was way more like as equally as important as my return
Right.
physically. And so we've taken a more holistic approach to recognizing that limb loss doesn't just affect just the child, it's the whole family system.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't just these families have given so much that like financially they're in a place to not be able to afford to give their child the opportunity to do amazing things that kids I think need and have deserve the opportunity to do. So for us, we've come in and we've said we want children to return to their childhood, not just to functionality. And so what does that mean? From whom they can learn and grow and develop as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Giving them access to the mental health resources if they need it, if they choose to take advantage of it, if they're struggling or if they're not. giving them the opportunity to pursue their education, whatever that looks like, whether that's a 4-year degree or if that's a whatever it is, a community college, whatever it needs to be, a trade school will help send them to that to pursue that. And so it's really about how do we support kids and families holistically that are living with limb loss and give them the best chance of success. That's it. And we're trying to do all we can to protect that and do that for them.
Nice. And you have some events that you actually have. I guess they're to raise money for what you're doing.
Yes,
To support
some of
everything.
them, like you mentioned, we'll have a golf tournament in October in Bowling Green, Kentucky, here close to Nashville. I'm in Nashville, but Bowling Green's close by, just north, and that's to raise money, and we'll have a ton of kids there. But like the family reunion is a time where we'll have about 65 kids in from all throughout the United States that are JTF kids. We'll bring them all to Nashville and just have a really special long weekend with them where we have games and discussions and I mean all kinds of events to develop that community, because that's again what we've done. That's been the theme of the show so far, is like the importance of community, and so we want to get that community together and allow them to connect and support one another as they then leave and then continue to grow throughout childhood.
Nice, nice. And for anybody who's watching again, you can find Jordan Thomas's foundation at jordanthomasfoundation.org. That's Jordan Thomas, just like it's Jordan Thomas foundation.org, and you'll find everything there. You can donate, you can support, you can stay up in tune with what's going on. This guy has got a lot of awards. He's been a pillar in the community. I want to show a real quick clip again, and then I'm going to say some of these awards he's been given. Oh my gosh, you got more awards than me. I thought I was doing something. But check this out.
I am so honored to be here on such a deeply overwhelming night. This is amazing. I am also a fan of young people who find a problem and have no fear whatsoever in saying, you adults got this all wrong and I am going to fix it. Jordan Thomas. Jordan Thomas is one of those fearless young people. At 16, Jordan was on his boat, getting ready to enjoy a beautiful day fishing with his family. He jumped into the water, was pulled toward the propellers, and lost his legs. Instead of just grieving for all that he had lost, Jordan found a way to give. In the hospital, he met other children who didn't have prosthetics because their families couldn't afford them or their insurance companies denied them coverage. And so from his bed, he started the Jordan Thomas Foundation. He has raised $400,000 and helps each child get the prosthetics they need until they turn 18. But Jordan didn't stop there. When he learned that insurance companies could deny kids a hand that could grasp a toy or a leg that would let them run, Jordan went to Capitol Hill to change that law. See, that's why it doesn't matter how old you are. A hero is someone who just acts, no matter what. That's Jordan, a fearless young person trying to right a wrong.
Trying to right a wrong. That was the top 10 CNN Hero of the Year award by CNN in November of 2009. You've gotten the Changing Our World award for outstanding youth in philanthropy by the Association of Fundraising Professionals in April of 2008. The Ellis Island Medal of Honor by the National Ethnic Coalition of Organizations in May of 2008, the National Courage Award by the Courage Center in August of 2009, the Top 10 CNN Hero of the Year Award by CNN in November 2009, the Nashville Top 30 Under 30. You received that award in December 2019, and the Tennessee Ambassador of Goodwill Award in January of 2020, and the Point of Light recipient February 2020. Man, that's awesome. What is that? Come on. When these people are calling you, giving you these awards, I mean, What? How does that make you feel? Come on, you gotta. I mean, you're doing something. People are not giving you these awards because you're just good looking.
Yeah, no, it's not just that. No, man, it's great. It's great to be acknowledged. It's great to be celebrated. But again, it's like, I mean, they give me an opportunity to stand up in front of a massive audience and to share the story of what we're doing. I think it's great. I've got some of them around the house here, but at the end of the day, it's certainly not why I do it. I appreciate it very much. It's great to get the pat on the back every once in a while, but yeah, yeah.
Do they give you any money for your foundation? That's what they need to do. Give you some money for the foundation.
Yeah.
You give me an award,
Yeah.
give me a check.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, some of them do. Some of them will send a bag your way to the
Nice.
foundation, so that's good. But yeah, maybe I need to. It's been a little while, is what I take away from that. And maybe I need to go rack some new awards up.
So listen, how did you meet my son, Bubba? You call him Irving. I
Yeah.
call him Bubba. His name is Bubba. That's what I call him. He's Irving Jr., but he's Bubba because he's a big old fat, plumpy, chunky baby with a bunch of hair. He's Bubba. So how did you meet Bubba?
And so I saw him on Instagram and saw that he's in Kentucky, and my home course is in Kentucky. And so I was just like, who is this guy? Like, anytime anybody sees your son, they're like, who is this guy?
What's this
right?
black
And
golf
so,
instructor in Kentucky?
who is this dude? He's absolutely yoked. And I'm like, who is this guy? And so I just DM'd him and was like, dude, you're epic. Like, we gotta play some golf. And sure enough, we did, man. And like, I'm telling you, the second I saw your son, I was like, this is my guy and will be my guy for life. Like, immediately we hit it off, and man, I love him, dude. And I'll go to the mat for him any day of the week.
Yeah, he's a good brother. Don't teach him too good because he's running away from me, man. But you know what? In the last couple of years, he really has helped me in my game, particularly the mental side of the game. I don't have a problem striking the ball. I don't have a problem, getting the ball down the court. I have a problem with consistency, and the consistency is the mental stability that I lack in my mind when it comes to golf. It's amazing. That game is just amazing. You just won a tournament, didn't you? Didn't you just win another tournament?
I've won a couple recently. Yeah, I just won the.
Hey, look at he's being
Indiana-
modest. Like, yeah, I won a couple just
I
recently. Yeah.
I just won the Indiana Adaptive Open. Won the United States Disabled Golf Association Championship. I was just a medalist at the Adaptive US Open qualifier in Indianapolis.
Wow.
This on Sunday, I think. On Monday. So yeah, I'm on a bit of a heater, Dr. Fryer. I wouldn't want to gamble against me right now on the golf course. I'll say that.
Oh, he just put everybody on notice. I wouldn't want to bet against me right now. I'm pretty hot right now.
I wouldn't. You know how it is. Like, when you know what it is as an athlete. Like, when you just lined up across from a little cornerback, you just knew, like, this kid has no chance.
Yep, no chance.
That's that
Yep.
spot that kind of, you know what I mean? Like, the field, just, you don't have a chance.
I
And
called
that's
it.
okay.
I called it playing under the influence of the Holy Ghost.
Oof.
That's what I called it. When there was I could do anything. There were times I would just stick my hand out, and the ball would stick in my hand. Just stick my hand out, and poof, just stick. Just playing in the spirit, playing in the spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were games where you just in a groove, and there's no stopping you. And that's where you are right now. You got a rhythm going on. I've never experienced that in golf before. So I've had maybe moments like one or two holes in back to back in golf, but never a whole golf tournament. Never 18 holes. Oh my goodness.
I mean, me neither. Guess what? Me neither. Like, that's the thing with the game. Like, when we played all the games I grew up playing, the reaction sports, like, it was easier to get into that flow state because there's no pause. There's no time to think. It was like,
Right.
you're just shooting or you're catching or you're throwing or you're hitting.
Right.
But like in golf, man, it's really, really hard. I think it's the hardest game I've ever played. I think
Wow.
it's so hard.
Too much time to think about it.
Totally.
So, in your opinion, and we're gonna close this thing out. In your opinion, what is the number one issue when it comes to amateur golfers? What's our number one issue? What's my number one issue?
I think there's a couple things. I think the first thing is that amateur golfers have too high expectation of themselves.
Okay.
Like they think just because they watched 4 YouTube clips and they were a good athlete in high school, they should be able to go hit it 300 yards dead straight every time.
Mm-hmm.
I think if people were less focused on outcome and just said, I'm going to go out and have fun, or my intention for the day is going to be fixing my slice. Like I want to hit cut draws all day. I think if people had more realistic expectations of themselves, decided to like have more fun, let go of the outcome, and get out of their own way, be less technical. I think that's a big one. Old Bubba gets a little bit in the old
Yeah.
headpiece a little. I hope he's watching because that's my message to him. Because the boy he just gets a little in the old noggin, and then he's vulnerable. He's
Oh,
vulnerable.
you can get him, huh? That's what I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. Get in his head.
Chirp him a little bit.
I said, Bubba, you need to turn just a little bit more on your takeaway. You're not turning enough on your takeaway.
Yeah,
your hands are a little bit too high.
I think it's like guys just got to remember that we're playing a game too. Like we play golf, go play, be a kid like we did, with other sports. Like when I was a kid, I would just see a basketball hoop and I just shoot,
Right.
react. I wasn't
Right.
thinking like, oh, is my right elbow 90 degrees? Like, go play golf,
Right.
have fun,
Right.
play.
Well, that's probably my issue. I get real technical, I guess it is.
Yeah.
But for me, it's feel. If it doesn't feel right, it's got to feel right. I know when I didn't swing. I know when I didn't make a good swing when it doesn't. The certain elements don't feel right, and I know I messed that one up.
Yeah, I get it. Trust me, I get it. We all struggle. That's the thing. The pros have the same struggles. It looks different, but like we still struggle with the same thing: lack of confidence, fear, all of it.
Those cats don't lack Those cats are unbelievable.
There's
Unbelievable.
don't get it twisted. There are times when they absolutely lack confidence and are missing that.
That's
look
amazing.
at Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth was like the greatest player in the world, and like right now he's been stuck for like 5, almost 10 years. I think a majority of that is like just confidence.
Well, that's because other players are better than him.
I mean, well, then why was he? I mean, he was on trajectory to be the best in the world.
He was. Yeah.
So
he was.
I don't know if it's a lack of talent.
But when I see like Rory McIlroy last season, didn't he win the Masters last year?
Mm-hmm.
So going into that last hole in the Masters, he missed the putt to win the Masters. Remember?
Right.
And then he goes into. So I would have been shook, but he goes into the playoff with who's that cat he's playing off with?
Justin Rose.
Rosie.
Yeah.
Justin Rose hits a great tee shot. Rory hits a better tee shot. Justin Rose hit a great approach shot on the green. Rory hit a better approach shot. For him to do that after he really slid the last few holes in that tournament and almost gave it away, but he didn't win it. He had a chance to win it, but he didn't win it. For him to focus like that and to make those shots after Justin Rose made those terrific shots, that was, to me, man, like a robot. He earned all the respect in the world from me to be able to focus like that and to come back after missing that putt, because he should have made that putt to win it. It wasn't that far. It was a 5-foot putt.
Oh, yeah, sure.
They make those putts all the time.
But it's what the elite ones like you do, right? It's like Steph Curry hadn't missed a three-pointer his entire career. Like, he doesn't even think about this.
He
Steph
looks like he's throwing the ball up there sometimes. He don't even look like he shoots it. He just throws it.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
No,
like, all
it's
the
going
goats, like they have selective amnesia. They just forget all of the misses. Like and then they're able to get out of their way, aren't they? And the mental fortitude. I mean, these dudes are just different now. Were they like this in your era in the league? Like, are athletes different now than they were in your era?
I think it's easier for athletes now than in my era. When I played football, it was dangerous. It's not nearly as dangerous now than it was when I played. So
Yeah.
that makes it, I think, a little bit easier for athletes. But though, you know, you kind of see more injuries now, more so than ever, particularly like in training camp, soft tissue injuries. I think that's because guys overtrain. I think they really do overtrain. But yeah, it's just different now. It's a little bit easier. Certain things you can do, certain things you can't do anymore. Just certain things that don't go on anymore. I mean, it's just, it's a little bit easier for them emotionally and mentally. Now, they do have it hard if you're young and you're immature and you're not mentally strong. It can be a problem. Social media can be a problem for some of these cats. You know, the way they get after them now.
Oh man, who's the biggest dog you ever played against or saw in your career? The biggest dog.
The biggest dog, or you mean the one who gave me the hardest time?
Not like the biggest, like size wise. Like who was the just meanest dog like that you played in your career?
The meanest dog I ever played was Steve Atwater. He was a safety. He was with Denver Broncos. He was a giant back there, man. He was a huge safety. I think he was about 6'3", 6'4", and like 230, but he was stiff. You know, he had to get you in his sights in order to do some damage. He couldn't really cover guys. He was just a big hitter coming down and stuffing the run, helping linebackers stuff the run. The biggest human being I've ever seen, well, I've seen Jordan Mailata, who plays now. He's the biggest human being I've ever seen. But when I played George Hegeman for the Dallas Cowboys, he was the biggest human being I've ever seen. I'm like, this cat was huge. I mean, his chest was, my goodness, his chest was real thick and his shoulders and neck, just huge. Big guys, man. Big guys.
Yeah.
Big guys.
How many rings do you
Good
have?
times. What rings? I got a wedding ring.
You ever win a ring? You ever win a Super Bowl ring?
No, I've been to a Super Bowl, and this is just me. I have problems. So when you go to a Super Bowl, if you don't win the Super Bowl, obviously you don't get a Super Bowl championship ring. If you're from the NFC or you're from the AFC, you get that division championship ring. So we got an AFC championship ring back in New England. It was real cheap looking too. So I was young and dumb. I was upset. I was mad. I had the ring on one night. We were out somewhere, and in some public place somewhere. I went into the public bathroom and took the ring off and left it on purpose in the bathroom for someone. I didn't want it. I didn't want it. I left it, and somebody got it. I left it on purpose. I took it off and put it on the sink and left it there so somebody could have it. Wow. So somebody has my AFC championship ring. Nobody's ever tried to contact me to give it back. So who knows? They might not even be alive anymore. The ring is gone. It's all good. Well, listen, man.
I enjoy being with you, man.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get on a golf course with you and Bubba.
You are, your tournament is in October. I heard you say that. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I got your number now. I'm going to stay in contact with you. I'm going to be at that tournament. Okay.
I love it.
I'm going to be at that tournament, and I'm going to bring you some sponsorship money. All right. I don't know if you have all your sponsors and stuff like that yet, but we're going to make sure we put some more money into your foundation to help things, and we're going to do that, in the coming years. We're going to do that. All right.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Oh, appreciate you. Good looking out, man. Listen, everybody, Jordan Thomas, that's my man right there. Thanks for being on the show, brother. We'll see you. All right.
Of course, appreciate you, man.
All right, thanks. All right, y'all. Listen, I told you we have conversations that are fire. Was that not fire? To listen to the testimony of a young man, he's still a young man, losing his legs, great athlete, thinking he's going into to college golf and play professional golf, great golfer, goes out on a boating trip with his mother and father, and it's just the three of them out there. They're 5 miles off the shore, and he jumps in the water and gets sucked in up underneath the motor, and the propellers cut his legs off. And the rest is history. Foundation started, he goes to the hospital, 16 years old. What did he say? 5 or several days into his stay at the hospital, he starts this foundation to help people, young people particularly, who can't afford and whose insurance won't pay for their prosthetics. Man, what a great story. And for him to battle back and keep his mental capacity. Yes, asking for help and getting help, but at the age of 16, losing your legs, being an athlete like that, to y'all, that can be life-killing. Not just life-changing, but that can, for a lot of people, that would be the end for them. A lot of people would not recover from that. But that just encourages us all, whatever it is we have to face. You know, we need to get our legs back up underneath us, put our legs on, and keep moving forward. Keep pressing, keep fighting. Because you only lose when you stop fighting. That's the only time you lose. So shout out, listen to me, shout out to, let me see, I got some folk in the Fryar Place over here. Pastor Taylor, Mr. Hicks, James Hicks is in the house. You can see he's put the Jordan Thomas Foundation.org, put the link up here in the chat on YouTube, and the rest of you are on Facebook. Christopher Cunningham, is that Southern Baptist Church? Who's that? Chris Williams, Southern Baptist Church, Philly. All right, Chris, what's going on? Is that Bill Simmons? Stu Winrow is in the house. Mama, I see you. God bless you. Love you. Shannon, Carolina. Hey, Sharon. I'm sorry. Sharon, Carolina. Hope Wiley, my sister. Rick Payton, Sr. is in the house. Again, and Christopher Cunningham. Shout out to everybody. Listen, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share. The Fryar Place, where the conversations are fire. We'll be back next week with another great guest. We're going to keep these types of guests coming in because these are real people who have real issues or had real issues, real challenges, and have overcome their challenges. And they have a testimony. No test, no testimony. Let's keep it real. All right, y'all. Love you. We'll be back next week. We'll see you right here at the Fryar Place where the conversations are fire. We're out. Peace.
Bye.